Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Um, Sorry to be late today. It's 7:45 at night here. I love this time of year when the days are so long. And I've been loving sitting out here under my tree when I get out to talk with you guys. Um, Gosh, so many things. Um, so many things. So we've been talking about um, taking that leap of faith and putting yourself out there and sharing your gift, whatever that might be. And so we had our first energy healing mediumship event here at my home on Saturday evening, and it was really wonderful. It was nice to have so many people, and it was just lovely energy and working with my friend Lisa, who's so beautiful, and just really, um, it was just a really lovely experience. And um, I haven't done group work in such a while because I feel like with group work, I can't get as in depth with connecting with each individual person because you want to try and welcome through the messages for who's ever there. But I had asked my guides ahead of time, since I knew it was going to be a smaller group. We really kept it to about 12 people to keep it more intimate. And I really had asked my guides before. I had asked, can you make sure of, that there's something for everyone. I really wanted to, that was my goal, was that there would be something for everyone. And I was so happy that there was something for everyone. And then some people got a little bit more, some people got less, but and it just reminded me of how grateful I am to be able to do this work, to help people to connect with loved ones and to heal things and release things, and to know for sure that their loved ones are watching and their loved ones are still there, information that I just can't possibly know. And it just is always such a warm feeling to me. I'm so grateful to be able to help in that way. Um, so I have our cards for today. I'm just noticing, my goodness, my gray hair is all coming in. So we better do something about that. So that's one of the things we discussed at our sister circle last night, was about what is beautiful to you. And we were talking about redefining beauty and body image and the things that society tells us are not beautiful, that we look at and we can know that they are beautiful. And my girlfriend, Christy, has the most beautiful silver white hair with mermaid colors in it. And if my hair did that, that would be a whole other thing. But it does not. So there will be hair salons. So the first card to anchor us for this week is breathe. And I love this because, I love because the cards are never wrong. I mean, the cards are just never wrong. And I love because so many people came to me last week, and last week was a sort of kinetic, crazy week. There was so much stuff going on here for about 8 days, just shoop. And then there was so many people that were saying, I just feel so depleted. I feel so exhausted. I feel, because we were coming into that new moon, which was Saturday night. And so now energy is going up as we're going up in the next 2 weeks to the full moon. So energy is coming up. And so, for all of you that have been feeling exhausted and feeling wiped out and energetically depleted and things, please do the things that you need to do for self-care. Touch a tree, take a salt bath, stand in the grass, barefooted in the grass, bare feet, barefoot in the grass is a great way. I hope you got to see that. Is a great way to clear and cleanse and release things to Mother Earth, and let that beautiful earth energy come up and just drop away anything that doesn't serve you. But remembering to breathe is so important, because when we get stressed, we breathe shallow, and the biology, the anatomy of our lungs is that we are better to breathe. We are healthier to breathe deep. Inside your lungs, there are these little hairs, I think they're called cilia, that are the filters of your lungs. So when you breathe things in, they grab the toxins so that you don't breathe in things that get things into your body that are harmful for you. But the fact is that the more dense population of these hairs is at the bottom of our lungs, not up at the top. So when we get stressed out, we breathe we don't breathe deeply, and so our body is not filtering as much of the toxins out because we're not getting the air down into the bottom of our lungs. And so when anytime that we start in meditation, for me, I always like to start with something called conscious breathing. They do something same or similar in the military. They call it box breathing. And for me, I call it conscious breathing. And so you inhale as deeply as you possibly can, like the deepest. And even when you think your body is full of oxygen, take more. So you go, and try not to let your shoulders go, but it makes you sit up straight for sure. And take as much air as you possibly can get in there, and then hold it. Just hold it. And then exhale. And use your belly muscles to really push out the air from your lungs to really get as empty as you possibly can be. And do that 3 times. Conscious breathing 3 times, because when you do that, you will have exchanged all the air in your body, and you will have gotten the oxygen down deep into your lungs, where the cilia are the densest and where they can really clean and filter what's coming into your body. So breathing is not just about staying alive. Breathing is not just about calming down, but breathing is about breathing in the good energy in a way that allows our body to more effectively use the energy from the oxygen. So when we breathe up here, we're not breathing effectively, and we're not de-stressing, and we're not releasing, and we're not grounding. So we have to breathe down, really to breathe into the full capacity of our lungs, exhaling the full capacity of our lungs, and just holding it there at each side, inhale and exhale, and allowing our body to do the work that it was so beautifully created and programmed to do. So first card, breathe. Okay. And then the second card, and this is always one of my favorites when it comes up, is clairaudience. This is always one of my favorites when it comes up, is clairaudience, because I think that we spend so much time talking and so much time planning what we're going to say back to the person who's talking to us that we don't spend enough time listening. And, my grandma would say, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, right? And I think that it's so important because it's not just about, it's about being present in the moment with the person that you're sitting across from, really giving them your full attention and really taking in what they're saying and what they're sharing with you in order to be able to respond authentically and not in a planned way. And it's okay to say, let me just take a minute to really think about what I want to say in response, so that I'm not thinking about it while she's talking to me. I'm listening to her, and then I say, let me just think about this for a second. I want to make sure I give you a well thought out response. That's okay. That's totally fine. But it's not just listening to the people around us. And I think in today's society, it's a huge deal that we really need to work on listening to the people around us, because there's so much conflict, because we have no respect for people who are around us that don't think exactly the same way that we think. So having that ability to listen, just because you disagree with someone or they disagree with you, doesn't make one of you right and one of you wrong. We don't have to have that. It doesn't have to be right or wrong. It has to be listening and respecting that there's more than one way to do things. When we leave my house and we leave out the neighborhood to go somewhere, it's always a question at the gate of the neighborhood, at the front of the neighborhood, right or left? Well, either, because there's more than one way to get someplace, and there's more than one way to do things if we listen to each other. But more than that is listening to the world around us. Listening to the world around us. That is really where the energy revival and that grounding comes in. So I sit with my tree, my beautiful Nahama, who I love. I'm going to fall over to reach her, my beautiful tree, and to be able to listen to the sounds that are going on around me. I hear a child playing in the yard over there. I hear my neighbor leaving their driveway. I hear cars going by. I hear birds. I hear the thunder in the distance, happily in the distance. Soon I'll hear fireworks from Disney and Universal. But hearing, if you can really stretch your ears to hear out there, it becomes so much easier to start to hear in here the information that's coming this way to hear. But the first place we have to be able to hear is out there. And then we can really work on allowing. Because what happens is if we're not sensitive enough to hear what's going on out there, then we can't shut off our mind and our monkey mind enough to hear what's coming in this way. So it's a discipline to spend a few minutes quietly outside in a noisy place and listening to all the different tones and notes that you can pick up. And also music is a great way to do this with music. When you're listening to your favorite song, what do you hear? What instruments do you hear? How many voices do you hear? Can you pick up all the different things? Can you discern the different pieces? Can you tell them apart? That stuff is really important because those are the skills, got to change hands. Those are the skills that help you develop your clairaudience and the ability to hear from outside of ourselves. Okay. And then the last card for the week is teaching and learning. And I love this. I love this, teaching and learning, because you know what? There's a saying, they say, school's never out for the pro. Clouds are so beautiful this time of day. School is never out for the pro. And I think that that's so true. I know that that's so true. But even, today I was working with a girlfriend of mine, and she said, thank you so much. You showed me something new. And I thought, when was the last time that, like, when was the last time you could say that? When was the last time you learned something new? When was the last time you tried something new? To really stretch out from your comfort zone and allow yourself to experience something new, because that is so much about where we grow. So much about where we grow. And really in this time, because we've been talking so much about, as we've been moving through the moon cycles, we've been talking so much about bringing your special gift out to the universe, bringing your special thing, whether it's baking cookies or comforting friends or being a psychic or, whatever it is, bringing yourself out into the world to be able to share that, to share your special gift, because everything that we do creates ripples into the world around us. And so it doesn't have to be a massive, huge, ending world hunger kind of a skill or a gift, but it just has to be authentic to you. And when you do that, you send those ripples out into the world, and that makes a huge difference. And so if you're not quite sure, teaching and learning, because take a chance. And I was actually speaking with somebody who I truly respect so much, and the squirrels and the birds at this time of the day it's absolutely, and the light is absolutely incredible this time of day. But so I was talking to a friend, and I came through in a reading, and I said, you're avoiding something. There's something creative, like a class you want to take, and you're not doing it. And she says, yeah, I really want to do this, but it scares the heck out of me, so I'm not doing it. And I haven't told anybody about it. And I said, well, you're not serving your higher self by avoiding it. Allow yourself, even as we get older, we get fearful about trying new things. So allow yourself to try something new. Take that class, learn that skill, bake the pie. If it comes out terrible, who cares? Try again. Allow yourself the opportunity to do something new and to stretch yourself into a new place. That is what the energy is, where we are right now. Because I'll tell you something, this is the time of manifestation. This is the time of manifestation. We've been waiting for all of this. With the moon in Taurus now, it is absolutely the time of really snap your fingers and create. And if you are aligned with your guides and aligned with the universe, and you know how powerful you truly are, money can come to you, jobs can come to you, new friends, partner, all of these things are available to you because you have that power and that energy alignment with the universe. So I want to share one last thing. I've been loving these postcards from the universe, from postcards from spirit, from Colette Baron Reed. So I want to share this. I've just really been loving sharing these. I just think they're so beautiful. It says, dearest you, and I love they're set up like little postcards. It says, dearest you, we're here on the other side. We here on the other side have one important thing to declare. Love is the answer to literally everything. I love that. For me, my hashtag that I share all the time is love is the way forward. So I love that. Love is the answer to literally everything. We don't necessarily mean romantic or erotic love, although they're wonderful, but something above and beyond all of that. Everything alive in the world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and birth it into existence. Love is without conditions, and it is based in reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Love thrives when you focus on it, and we want you to turn away from anything that causes it to wane. Love is when you no longer see yourself as other, separate from better or less than, etc. When you act as love, you give permission to the world to thrive and grow as it will. Once you let go of what is not love and ask, what would love do? Love is waiting for you always and forever. We adore you over here. I just think that's so fantastic. So when you're looking at what can I do to take a class, take a risk, try something new, learn something new, send something out into the universe. What is my gift? What is my thing that can create the ripples on the water and the ripples on the pond? The thing I want you to tap into is love. Love. What is the thing that you love? What would you love to do? If money was no object and you didn't have to worry about a thing, what would you love to do? What class would you take? What thing would you try? Let your heart lead the way, because that is the highest vibration of all. And when you're leading from your heart, the universe cannot help but respond in the affirmative. So breathe, listen, and teach and learn. Try something new and send your ripples out into the universe. Have a fantastic afternoon, fantastic evening wherever you are, and a wonderful, beautiful, joy-filled week. And I look forward to talking with you next week.